And here we are again. We are at Ipswich, of course, and we are going for another 5 or 6 games tonight. And they're not easy games. They're not the hardest that I would imagine. We do have Newcastle in the League Cup semi-final coming up. That's not going to be easy, but I do have news. Newcastle have played the Monday night game. So that's going to be a little bit tricky for them putting their team together for tonight. We are 1-0 up. I didn't think it was enough at the time, but it might be enough now as we go into the second leg of this semi-final. Are we going to another cup final? And then we'll have Manchester City. Slavia Prague won't be that easy. Sheffield United should be okay in the FA Cup, and then Astana in the Europa League. We should get through the Europa League. We're doing okay. We are top of the league, 18 points from 6 games as per normal. And I think we pretty much have qualified now, given our huge goal difference. I think we've probably qualified in the top 8, and we're home and dry on that one. So first up is the second leg of the Newcastle tie. And I'm really hoping that Newcastle are worn out because they have recently just played. So I'm hoping that there is another final on the horizon for this Ipswich team that struggles in the Premier League and can't seem to do anything in the Premier League, but does well in cups. We've won, I think, 4 cup finals, but won nothing else. So let's see what happens. Transfer news, Valesco could be leaving, but I've set the price at 71 million. He is upset that I rejected a loan offer, but I've just pretty much said 71 million or bust. If he goes, then he goes. We do have the money then to bring in players, but I will only be looking for a replace like for like, really. And everybody is fit for a change. I think we'll probably be playing Manchester City in the final. Good evening, Rain. Hope you are well. And good evening, Jack. Good to see you, mate. And you're just in time for the semi-final. We're going with a rotated team. We're just going to rest the players, basically. That the Van Beeks and the centre-backs are going to get a rest. Diamonde, who's always needing a rest. Mane is getting a rest today as well. And we have a couple still on international duty in the African Cup. We've got Diamonde still out there and Utara, who's still out there. But Utara's team are not doing particularly well, so I think he'll be home soon. And it is, as you can see, a rotated team. We're going to go for it. We're going to attack. We're going to hopefully get to another final. And everybody's happy with that lineup. I'm particularly going to be looking at how tired Newcastle are, because the AI does not rest players. And I'm hoping that they're going to be very, very tired. We're going to have a look. And they're not. They are not tired in the slightest. They have a rotated team as well. So it's going to be close. We've got a 1-0 lead. It's going to be very, very close. I actually want to type mark Gluck because he is a good player. He is actually type marked. So that was my assistant getting that right. And go out and play with freedom. Do I want to say that? Actually, yes, because that has worked in the past. So we're going to tell them to go out and enjoy themselves. And Newcastle are favourites to win this. So we can just go out, enjoy the game, and see what happens. Watching the opposition instructions video, I was wondering, is it better to tell players to mark tighter? It will depend on the player, of course. It will depend on the team. You've got to think about the overall style that you're going to play. Are you going to play a more one-on-one system where you're going to mark one-on-one with teams? Are you going to play zonally? If you're going to play zonally, then you just might want to be tight marking. individual players, but you don't want to type mark too many players, because if you're playing zonally, then you're going to be having players pulled out of position by type marking. So if you're going to mark zones, then mark zones. Don't type mark players. I tend to go, as I play more one-on-one marking across the pitch, I tend to go a little bit more by asking the players to do it. But as you can see there, I'm just at the moment focused on zonally. We'll see how the match works out. I'm going to go zonally because I don't really want the team pulled out of position, and we've gone a goal down, and that's not what I wanted. Of course, we've been the better team so far. 1 goal, 1 shot, 1 highlight, 1 goal for the opposition. Just love it. And so far, it's not so good. But yeah, generally, if the opposition have 1 or 2 players that you particularly are afraid of, then tell a player to type mark them. If they are generally overall a very good team, the idea of type marking someone is that they don't play the ball to him. So that someone's there marking him. It doesn't give them the option to pass to him. So that's the idea of type marking. But if they've got lots of options and they have lots of passing options, type marking a dangerous player might not be the option, because they will just bypass him or look for someone else, and they have equally good players who can make the plays for them. Is he offside? Possibly. But he missed anyway. So yeah, it's based on how you want to play. Do you want to play zonally, or do you want to play a more man-on-man way of marking? But just be careful you're not telling players, individual players, to mark too many of the opposition, because they will get pulled out of position and you will concede once that happens. So it's a balance between how you want to play and how dangerous the opposition are. We have been clearly the better team here, and FM is playing its games again. Maybe we're not going to get to a final this time, who knows, but we're still in it. We've just got to get a couple of shots on target. And you know what I say, if this doesn't improve, then something is wrong with the lines that you're playing. That's all it is. And it's not looking good at the moment, 25%. I'd like it to get up to 33% by half time, so that we look like we're performing better up front. If we can just get another 2 shots on target, I'll be happy, even though we're a goal behind. So come on, boys. Oh, that's nice. Where's the pass? You know how to do this now. Lovely stuff. Newerton's in. It must be. Newerton makes it 1-1. We are back in front. This is topsy-turvy stuff. And there you go. It's gone back up. I was a bit concerned when it was 6-1. Now it's 9-3. 33% is not that bad. It's not as good as Newcastle's 50%. So Newcastle are not out of it, even though they're not really a threat. But we need to just get another couple of goals and then we're home and dry. The threat from Newcastle is clearly down the left-hand side. Well, I don't actually ever really believe stats. Stats are just stats. And what really counts is, can you score goals? That's all that really counts in football. And like, there's so much. I'm thinking about FPL a lot at the moment, and I just did another video for that today. And so many people are just relying on stats. They're not even watching games. They just rely totally on stats. And I sometimes wonder, has stats cost me in FPL? Am I underperforming in FPL because I just believe stats and we are back behind? Barco was absolutely shocking there. Absolutely shocking. He's going to go down from that 7. And I just wonder, What did he do there? He closed him down and he actually stayed off him. Was it Barco? No, it was Atom. He didn't really know what to do. It was Atom who's cost us there. He didn't actually quite know whether to go and close him down or whether not to close him down. I think I need to tell Atom not to close down. Just take that decision away from him. But at the moment, it's all square again. And I knew this was going to be close. FM was going to have some fun with me in this one. But let's get another one. Come on, boys. Here's a chance. There's the chance. It's bobbling around. It hasn't gone in. It's still 2-2 at aggregate. We still can't put it away. And there you go. The stats are suggesting that we are much the better team. But like I said, I don't believe the stats in FM or, in fact, in real football. It has been something that's been on my mind lately. So many people rely on stats. Meslier has decided today he's going to have a shocker. I need a new goalkeeper. I probably will do that now. I desperately need a new goalkeeper. He's just so inconsistent, Meslier. He's supposed to be a good player. But every other game, he's just dreadful. And I think he needs to go. We desperately, in the summer, need to find a good goalkeeper. Someone who's much more consistent. And at the moment, it's 2-2. And I think I need to tell the team they're not good enough. This isn't good enough. Appear to lack belief. Well, that's the way it is. You were not good enough. And I do need to tell them, keep going. It's just, they need to be told. Like sometimes the players don't like being told. But my defence is shocking. And that's an indication that the lines are wrong as well. If every single member of the back four and the goalkeeper's playing badly, it's an indication that there's something wrong with the lines. I'm just going to pull that down a notch. And we'll see what my assistant's got to say. They've made a few substitutions now, bringing on the big guns. And Maston Twaino's not particularly playing very well either. So we'll send him out with a bit of a ticking off. Hey, that's crazy. How you doing? Oh boy, it looks like they keep getting into space between midfield and defence. Possibly, but I'm just not changing things. That's crazy. We're just going with this and seeing what the game's engine decides to do with it. Because I got so tired of trying to read the game and it not doing anything. When we made changes, so we're just seeing where the game takes it now. That's why we're in key highlights. That's why we're not really that bothered about where it goes. And since we've been doing that and attacking, we seem to have been doing better. As I said before, I'm not really bothered about getting to the Carabou Cup final. What I really want to do is get to the Europa League final. Almost. And you can see FM is just messing about with me. It's just having a laugh. And we've just got to keep going. I'm going to make some subs in a minute. Get rid of some players who are not playing very well. But the fact that the back line were all performing badly did suggest that there was a little bit wrong with the lines. And so we pulled the line back a little bit. Whether it'll work, I don't know. But it is time to make some substitutions now. Newcastle have made all theirs. And we've just totally been the better team, as per usual. So I'm going to bring on our big guns here now. Corrado's doing okay, so he can stay. Winkler for Velasco. Alex Scott is poor. So I'm going to move João Gomez up here and bring on Van Beek. I really should have played Nivas, because he is the cup goalkeeper. Rualt is absolutely dreadful. But I didn't put a centre-back on the bench. That's why he's having a bad game. So we'll bring Van Beek back here. See, right or left? No side preference. And then Chiesa can come on here. One more. I'm really tempted to change the goalkeeper, but what I think I might do is just change Humphreys and bring on Missouri and see, bring in fresh legs on, see how that does. We only need 1 goal, 17 shots, only 5 on target. We've dominated possession, dominated the XG, but FM doesn't want to play. And that's what it's about. And it's FM will have its way. It wants possibly to go to penalties. Well, let's see what FM does and see what FM wants. And I just, when I'm losing, if I'm going to lose, one of these days, I just like to be the worst team. And there you go. You've scored again. And we've absolutely spanked them. But one day when I lose, please, FM, can we be the worst team on the day? It's like horrendous. Oh, never mind. I would prefer to get to the Europa League final, and Meslier has covered himself in dung, not in glory today. 6.1 now. We need desperately a new goalkeeper, and God help if it does go to penalties, because he hasn't got a prayer. And I guess that's it. We are out of the Carabou Cup, despite having absolutely slaughtered Newcastle. We're going out of the cup. And that's it's one of the things that truly annoys me about this game. The game just simply winds you up. And every time we lose, we get this kind of stats, which is why I was talking about the stats earlier. I don't even believe anything that I read. Possibly with good reason, because the game is just having a laugh. And every time, I'm going to say I'm really not happy because we should have won it. But I can't be unhappy with them. It's not their fault. It's the game. It's not the players' fault. It's the game's fault. And we should have won it. If the game decides we are not going to score, that's it. That's end of the matter. And it decided that we were not going to score on the day. So let's move on. I hope that's good news, that we can get to the Europa League final this time instead. And no, although the assistant is pleased with the performance, I'm not. Meslier needs to be dropped now. That's just unbelievably bad. Nivas is the boy of the future. He's going at end of contract, is he? Yeah. Shame. I thought Atom would be a good player, but he never quite made it. So now we got Manchester City. Maybe we're going to go on a bad run. Who knows? It's possible. We've just been playing so well out of nowhere that possibly we are going on a bad run now. Prepare yourselves, boys, for a bad run. They're all fairly fit. Mane, I do not want to do this. We have centre-backs. So why he keeps wanting to do that? I've brought him in to play as a DM, not as a centre-back. And Rualt is a perfectly good player. Might have to switch those over. No side preference. So Rualt is a very good player, and we need to play him. And he needs to play in the position that I want him to play. We'll give the wing-backs the defence another go. Newerton, I think I'll bring in Arribas for Newerton. Silva, Velasco, Winkler, that's okay. I'm actually going to play Maston Tueno and put Silva up here. And then we have Timon, Missouri, Atom, Carabou, and Dominguez, Alex Scott, Newerton, Velasco. That'll do. I might know Utaro. He looks like he's back. He has been knocked out of the African Cup. Just for a minute, I thought we were going to get to the Carabou Cup final again, but FM had other plans. Let's hope they're good plans for us. And I hope the new game makes the most of Al-Abad. You can have real... Yeah, I mean, I agree with you with AI. I talked about this last time. It could, you know, even program it to remember what you said, make press conferences a little bit more interesting, make people want to go to them, because it will go back to what you said in a press conference 3 weeks ago, and you have to try and worm your way out of that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that would make the game more fun. People would go to press conferences then. What's wrong with him? Dominguez, João Gomez not performing well enough for my liking. Dominguez will leave for now. And I think I probably need to switch over João Gomez. I think possibly he'll be okay there. Yeah. Hello from Phil Higgins. Hi, Phil Higgins. How are you doing? Do you think that the game works like that as an attribute lead and a bit of luck? I believe, Bungle, believe away. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just going to base it on my experience of the game. And the game is based on everything that every other computer game has. Computer games are no different no matter what they are. They are based on levels, which is why Season 1 is very easy, Season 2 is very, very easy, and then it gets harder in Season 3, and by the time you get to Season 20, that's when you're throwing your computer out the window. So, yeah, you can believe that it's based on attributes and random numbers and all the rest of it. I've come to believe that it's none of that at all. And one of the things that you can always check on, if you're flying high at the top of the league, then it's not going to let you take over, not yet. And it's going to, every time you win, Man United and Liverpool will win. Every time you have a bad run, Man United, Liverpool and Newcastle will have a bad run as well. When you're at the bottom of the league, you'll be in 16th, and you can't win for anything, and say you've got like 12 points at this time, the bottom 3 teams have only got 6. Not 17, they've only got 6. So there's a part of me that doesn't trust the game anymore. And if it is based on levels, I've got to a level over the last 2 years now where it's become impossible to play. And so I've given up trying to control it now, because it's just pretty much doing whatever it wants. And whatever it is fine by me. We'll have a good time and what have you. But I think when you look at what is happening in this save, and the levels have just got to a point where it's become almost impossible to play. And you can believe it's based on attributes. I used to believe all sorts of things about this game. There are other people who say that if you've got players with pace, that's it, that's all you need. I think the game is seriously flawed. And I think it needs a total overhaul. And one of the interesting things about my teams at the moment is that I cannot beat teams in the bottom three. I've got a success rate of less than 20% against teams in the bottom three. But give me Manchester Cities and Liverpools and beat them, no problem. Although having said that, we'll lose this now. Got another injury, have I? Oh my God. And talking about making it impossible, the injuries that I am picking up, it's just too much. All the time. All the time. I'm getting about 2 injuries a week minimum. And it's just the game just messing about. And yeah, you can say it's about good game management, which I used to believe. And you can say it's about quality of attributes. You can say all sorts of stuff. But at the end of the day, what you see when you play it will dictate how you feel about it. And at the moment, I do not trust it. So I've just decided we let it do what it wants and we see where it takes us. And we probably are due a bad run. We're not that good a team. So we probably are due a bad run. We couldn't lose for a while. And the game doesn't let you just keep winning. So we probably are due a bad run. And this might be it. But what you'll find is that Manchester United don't do particularly well either and don't stretch it to 14-point gap at the same time. So that tells me something. If we have a bad run and United don't end up 8 or 10 points clear, because at the moment they cannot lose, then I will be very, very, well, I should be very surprised that they're not 8 or 10 points clear, but I won't be, because it's just the game doing what the game does. The game won't let them go 8 or 10 points clear because there's no excitement in that. Penalty, ref, and he's given it. He's given it, but we do tend to do well against the top teams, so we might do all right here. Yeah, I mean, there are people who think that if you've got everybody with pace, oh, come on. And like FM is just doing everything it can to wind me up now. This is what it's doing, and I'm not going to let it. It's just pathetic. So it is what it is. If we lose against City, we lose against City. What I will guarantee you is United will not open up that 8-point gap at the top, because the game will see no benefit in that. There's no excitement in that. So what will happen is United will start losing. And what are they? They did win earlier, didn't they? No, they drew 3-3. So that's why we are losing, basically, because United drew 3-3. And that's fine. Ah, boy. So we might even sneak a point if United have drawn. We're certainly not going to win, because if we win, that will take us above United. So the game's not going to have that. But what I'm hoping is that now, because we're out of the Carabou Cup, we've been so close to the Europa League final over the last couple of seasons that this time we'll get to the final. So that's what I'm hoping. It knocked us out of the Carabou Cup, and we've been getting to the final of the Carabou Cup every year and the semi-final of the Europa League. So I'm hoping now that it's going to address the... I was going to put him on the bench, wasn't I? But I got distracted. So let's go to what the assistant thinks. We don't never press anyone. I mean, City have edged it. I guess you could say, looking at the stats, if you're a stats person, City have edged it. We haven't had the possession, but we never do. At the tempo we play, we're not a possession team. We just, like, try to win the ball high up the pitch and counter-attack at extreme pace, which we haven't been doing of late. When it works, it looks brilliant. When it doesn't work, it looks sluggish and horrible. And it's 1-1. And, yeah, probably a draw, because United have only drawn... But like I said, we don't really have bother against top teams, only teams in the bottom three. The semi-final I'm not bothered about, although I keep harping on about it. I'm not bothered. If I get to the Europa League final instead, that's a big bonus. That's the one I want to get to this year. We're not going to win the title. We're not good enough. So top four and winning the Europa League would be brilliant. Do you think this is the best match engine? Absolutely not, Bungle. FM22 for me was the best game of the entire series ever. I don't know what they did after FM22, but it went downhill from then. It started to go downhill late FM23. They did a lot of updates, FM23, and FM24 has been diabolical, basically. Pretty diabolical, if you ask me. But what do I know? I just would like to see a real improvement. A real improvement. I actually think I want to type Mark Rodri for some reason. I don't know why, except that everything always seems to come from him in FM. Look at this. Silver 6.1. And he'll be coming off very soon. I think he prefers to play on the wing, so I might actually switch him over while I think about it. He prefers to play on the wing. And let's let Maston Twayno play as a forward. See if that makes a difference. I see him Silva more as a winger, but he can play up top. And I'd love him to be playing up top with Winkler. But maybe he just wants to play as a winger. Maybe he's better out there. So we'll see. So let's put Maston Twayno up top, who also, I think, wants to play as the right wing. But seems, yeah, see, he's gone up 0.1 already playing on the wing. So it might be he just wants to play on the wing. And once again, we are the better team again, according to the stats, which is why I don't believe the stats. That's an interesting observation, Bungle. I would ask you how often you play. That would be my question to you, Bungle. How often do you play FM? And how many seasons do you think you've played since FM24 came out? That would be the question I'd ask you right at this time. So Silva is clearly not playing very well. I'm going to try Scott out there, actually. Winkler's not having a very good game. So Valesco, the two forwards I rested, are not playing very well. And Van Beek. We're actually not going to... We're going to bring Scott back down here. He can swap with João Gomez. And Carabou, who is becoming a little bit of a superstar. And Dominguez. Carabou is becoming... certainly putting in his best effort. I think he wants that deep lying forward spot, so we'll give him a go there again. He definitely looks to me like he wants it, so let's see how he gets on for the last 15 minutes or so. Oh, of course we're going to hit the woodwork. We are the world champions at hitting the woodwork. And that, oh, blimey. But again, once again, we have been the better team. And we're not, at this time, getting the rewards for it. But United have drawn. We're going to be 3 points behind now. A much better goal difference. With a game in hand. And you don't play these big teams every week. Which is unfortunate, because we do better against the Arsenals and Man Cities and Liverpools rather than the Crystal Palaces and Leeds. We struggle against the Burnleys of this world. Should have scored, Arribas. Should have scored. Yeah, the thing is, I also believe, Bungle, that it is linked to your profile. To your manager profile. So you know that when you play the game you get these awards, top manager, manager of the month 3 times in a row, and you'll see these awards popping up all the time. You'll also go through your email box and you'll come across this screen which is the rankings of players throughout the world. And so therefore the game is collecting data, or Steam is collecting data, or someone is collecting data on you, and everybody just skips by that page. I don't. I just sometimes tend to stop and have a look. And where am I in the league table? And you can find your own name in there. And that data that they're collecting is linked to the manager profile. And the more successful your manager profile is, the more trophies you win, the more awards you win, the harder the game seems to get. And I keep saying that I need to change my manager profile, because then the game will think that I am starting afresh, that it's a completely new player. And so I must do that at some point, a change. And then I'm guessing that it would treat me as new to the game, and then it would be much easier. Because at the moment it's adding up all the saves that I've done, like the Journeyman where I won 30 trophies in 10 seasons. So all that goes on your experience, and therefore every time you start a save, you are starting at that level. So if you change your manager profile, then I guess you will start at a different level right at the beginning. I do think it is, I'm very convinced that it's linked to your manager profile. And the more successful you have been, the harder the game gets. And if you think that we've been playing this for nearly 2 years now, when normally we only play for a year before we get the new one, we've had more time to build up more and more and more positive experience. And for some of us who've been playing for a long, long time now, the game's become almost impossible. So I do believe that that has happened, unfortunately. That the game, like early in FM24, I'd worked out how to play it, how to beat teams, how to manipulate the lines, so that we could get the results that we wanted. I did videos on it. I'd worked out how to how to build a squad, how to build a team, how to build a tactic. But none of that seems to apply to me anymore. The other day, I started a new save, a Cardiff save, and tried to build a tactic based on what had been very successful for me at the beginning of FM24. And they did absolutely dreadful. And it was the same principles I was applying as I applied a year ago. But it didn't work anymore. And is that something to do with what I'm talking about? Every save I begin now, and the boys in the online save will tell you that I have had the most dreadful start to the season there. I've had injury after injury. I had 3 sendings off in 4 games. I couldn't make any transfers in the transfer window. I had 0 budget. It was making it as hard as possible. So not only am I up against them in the online save, I'm up against the bloody game as well. And I'm getting fed up of it. It's like impossible. It's impossible to play at the moment. Which is why I've just decided, okay, we're going to do what the game wants us to do, and we're going to bring in the best possible players we can and see what happens. I don't want to do it in the winter window. I don't have any money at the moment anyway. I never have any money. And when I do have money, which I did have recently, I had 40 million, I think. And the board reduced it and even put me in the red on my wage budget. So every time I do have money, the board remove it from me. It's just becoming impossible. Badgetich. I made a promise to, didn't I? Badgetich. Register. And I think we'll do that. I don't want to lose Badgetich. So the first thing we'll do is put Badgetich in. Bless him. That's not going to work. So we got to take someone out. Somebody who should be leaving. Dominguez is listed, isn't he? So let's take Dominguez out. Everybody else is fine. This doesn't apply for under 21s anymore, does it? So somebody's got to come out for him. Under 21s don't matter. Somebody needs to come out for him. Well, Valesco is probably going to be leaving. Cockers, I have no room for you, I'm afraid. So let's go with that. $60 million in the bank and the board took it away. There's no logical reason why they would have taken it away. They said because they had financial difficulties. Like, the finances haven't changed for 4 years. So I don't know what on earth is going on. So it's just the game being the game. And I guess, like me, I take the game too seriously. And I shouldn't. I think I've decided it doesn't matter anymore. It is not a reflection of real life, and I keep forgetting that. It's not even a reflection of a real game. What you see on the screen doesn't reflect the stats. See, he's done it again. He wants to put... Is Diamonde back yet? suspended now. He is back, but suspended. And Kieta can come in. He's been quite loyal. Katara can come in. Bajcetic can come in. Silver is suspended as well. So let's give Katara a run out. He can go on the wing. Maston Tueno can come in there. I'm going to play Nivas. These two. I'm going to play Scott and rest João Gomez. Harry Bass can continue. That's probably all I can do, really. I don't have much of a bench, but that's the way it is. We should be beating this team. We're pretty good in Europe. We generally... Who's Emmanuel Vigo? Well, I don't want to sign him anyway. Thank goodness that was brought to my notice. So, hopefully, the Europa League will pass by without a hitch. I don't think Velasco is going to be sold. Nobody's going to pay 71 million for him. So I don't think he's going to be sold. And nobody has come in with bids for yet. Who's this guy? I don't think so. I don't think so. If it's just going to be 3-star potential, I don't think that is an option for us. We can do better than that. Is it deadline day already? Oh no, not yet. Would like to extend my contract. I don't see why not. We've turned down jobs at City, Real Madrid, Liverpool, just to stay here, so I don't see why not. Maybe time for a new... Yeah, absolutely, Bungle. I keep saying to myself, next time I start a save, I'm going to change my profile, but I always forget. I have made a prediction list for this season. What, for this FM season, James, or for the real season? Maybe for, yeah, if the game uses AI, will you be able to play when offline? It's a good question, David, and I don't have the answer to it. I think that there must be a way to build some sort of AI system into the game itself. I'm no expert, but other games are able to do it. So I'm not quite sure what the difficulty will be with that, but I'm pretty sure it could be done. Do a fresh install. Yeah, could do that, Neil. But we, there's lots of theories out there. There's lots of, people are even being critical, saying, I don't know what I'm talking about and all that sort of stuff. Well, people are allowed to say what they want to say, and I don't have a problem with that. But I just wonder why I could not lose in the first year of this game, and now it's become so hard to play in the second year. And putting the pieces together, I think it's to do... I'm going to play Bajcetic today. I think it's to do with the fact that it's collecting data on how you perform, and like any other game in the world, it is basically telling you, it's just basically telling you every level gets harder. 20 Burnley, 19 Leeds. Oh, that's your prediction, James, for the real Okay, that's interesting. Wonder what the guys in the chat will make of that. The top: Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. I'm not sure about Newcastle because they have had a dreadful transfer window. And if they lose Isak as well. I've watched Newcastle in pre-season, and there was only one player, I think, that's played particularly well, and that's Jacob Murphy. So I really don't think Newcastle are going to finish very high. I know I have a lot of Newcastle fans in the chat here, and I just can't see it. If they haven't made the transfers they wanted to, morale is low at the club. I fancy Villa will beat them quite easily on opening day. I just can't see it for now. If you're a betting man, David, you really should put money on how many times we hit the bar. That's what you should be betting on. The number of times we hit the bar is nobody's business. Like, I wonder what odds you'd get on this team hitting the bar 3 times in this game. That's number 2, hitting the woodwork, I should say. So that's number 2 that we've done already. So getting 3, there are odds on now. Oh, FM. Yeah, I'm not sure you're good enough for Champions League slot this year, James. Just my thoughts on it. Oh, finally, we haven't hit the woodwork. We've got a goal. If I was a betting man, I'd say Liverpool are going to win the title again. That's where my money would go. But I don't think that Manchester City and Arsenal will be far behind them this year. City have made 2 very impressive signings, and from what I've seen of City in the Club World Cup and the one friendly that they've played since, I do like the way that he's got them set up. The only problem with Pep is you never know who he's going to play. And he's not consistent enough for me. He doesn't pick the same team consistently enough for me. Whereas other teams get to gel quicker. I do think City will have a good start. They generally have a good start to the season. And I think they will be very, very difficult to beat. And they will push Liverpool hard. But I'm going to say Liverpool for better or for worse at this stage. But also Arsenal. And I think that Gyökeres is an astute signing. And he's the kind of striker that Premier League defences don't like. Because he runs at you direct. He will run with the ball at you. And defences in the Premier League don't like strikers who do that. And you take the case of Isak. Isak they don't like because he runs at them with the ball. And I think that Gyökeres is quite an astute signing. Because that's what he does. Sesko is also a similar player for Man United. He likes to run at defences with the ball. And Premier League defences don't like that. But unfortunately, Sesko is playing for Manchester United. And he's not going to get the service that a Gyökeres gets. So it will hold United back, at least until they get a decent midfielder in. Not that I'm saying that Fernandes isn't a good midfielder, because he might have to play one of the deeper roles this time. But they just need somebody who's a box-to-box midfielder. And then they need somebody there who's a good ball winner. And then I'll be happy with the midfield. But at the moment, I'm not happy about United. Like, we can't miss now. It's embarrassing. Badgetic has got on the score sheet. He's not, David, I know, but he has played well when he's been asked to play deep. He does lead from the front, even though sometimes he's an idiot and lets his emotions get in the way, but he does lead from the front, and he hasn't done bad in that deeper role before. I don't want to see it. I want to see him playing as a number 10. And it may be they'll play him +1, Mbuemo or Cunha. I guess Sesko has to start. You spend that money, you have to find out what that guy can do. You can't just have him sit on the bench. He has to start. And hopefully hit the ground running. But I do like Gyökeres. Arsenal wanted a striker, and I think they brought in a good striker. And yeah, I do like that signing for Arsenal. Not that I'm an Arsenal fan, but it's a good signing they've made. How come it's only 2? Did we get that disallowed? Oh, boys, you're hopeless in defence at the moment, aren't you? Gifting goals. Who's at the back there? Mane and Rual. They shouldn't be. They should be able to dominate the ball in the air. But I don't have any worries about not winning this. FM favours me in Europe. Semi-finals minimum. Who did we lose to last year? Bayern Munich, wasn't it? Semi-final Bayern Munich. And that was very close as well. It might be that next year Fernandes will leave. He's getting on a bit now, so it might be next year Fernandes will leave. I can't see him leaving this summer. He's too valuable. But probably next year he might leave. I'm not really happy, but we'll tell them we're happy. Let's have a look at these, because I keep forgetting to go and have a look at this. I'm not allowed to do it at half-time. I don't know what that's about. I don't know, where does my assistant go at half-time that I can't speak to him? We'll have to start the match, and then when he comes back from wherever he's gone, we'll go and have a word with him now. He must be back now. See if he's back. No, he's not back yet. He's probably still in the bar, is he? Oh, now we can ask him. I have no idea what's going on here. Come on, are you there? Yeah, now we can ask him. But we don't never press anyone, so it was a bit of a waste of time asking him, really. There's a lot of glitches in this game. How come we're only 2-1 ahead? Once again, we've absolutely smashed them. And, like, it's in the balance. What did Phil would do a better job than Gareth Southgate? I've always said that FM and reality, David, are a completely different thing. I don't think I would be a very good football manager. I demand too much from the players, and a bad pass for me is a bad pass, and you need to be told about it, and you need to focus more. And I would be too harsh, way too harsh, and I think I'd lose the dressing room within a couple of weeks. Like when this team plays badly, as they're playing badly now, it like makes me angry. Like, come on! So I'm gonna have a shout at them now. I don't think I have the patience to be a real life football manager. I've like all my life since I was 24, I think, I've been a manager in some form, in some capacity. Not in sport, obviously, but in my working life since I was 24, I've been a manager. And I do in those kind of jobs, I had bags of patience with people. But I just wouldn't have it with footballers who are earning this kind of money. I wouldn't have that kind of patience with them. Right. Badgertich has got himself a bit tired, has he? Fair play, he hasn't played much. Kieta can have a game. Winkler probably needs to come out of the team now. He is not playing very well. I'm going to put Maston Twaino up there. He's not doing much better. And then Carabou can come on here. Utara can still play wide. Barco has also decided he's not going to turn up today. Let's go with that. There's now second big ownership. Other news. Penalty, ref. Yep. Other news, I don't get that. A second big ownership in Newcastle for the Falcons, the rugby team. Oh, right, okay. I didn't know you were a rugby fan, James. Penalty awarded. He's gone down in a heap. Who is it? Carabou is stepping up, is he? I didn't know he had the confidence to do this. He does. Bangs it in. That boy, he wants to play. Brought him in as a DLP. He looks like he's going to become a better forward. That's what he's going to become, I think. A deep-lying forward. Finally, we've got some distance. I actually quite like women's rugby, fair play. I do like women's football as well. I find it entertaining. If not too skillful, it's extremely entertaining. And I think I feel the same way about women's rugby. I think they are committed and they do. I think they play extremely well in women's rugby. I quite like it as well. Nothing wrong with it. Happy to watch them play and support them. I am very excited, though, about the upcoming weekend, the Premier League starting again. I haven't been as excited as this about a Premier League starting in a long time. It's been a long time. I think for two reasons, like the amount of games they're showing. My whole weekend is covered, Friday to Monday, and I think that's going to be a pattern as the season develops. They've almost doubled the amount of games that are being shown. And I think the transfer window has been one of the best transfer windows we've seen in a long time. A lot of movement, a lot of good new players have come in to different teams. A lot of strikers have come in. I'm impressed with Ekitike as well from Liverpool, who's Liverpool have brought in. I've been very impressed with him. So lots of things have happened, and I just feel really excited about it. So what we got here? Who is the most tired? Maston Twaino, but I don't have another striker, I'm afraid. Utara can go up top. He's tired, but I don't think he's as tired as... This is tricky. Newerton can come on. Rest Maston Twaino. Not rest Maston Twaino. Rest whoever it was playing up there. Come on, Harry Bass. You almost got a free kick for a while. Chance. There it is. 4-1. So I am very, very excited, as you can tell. We have 33 people in the Old Man Phil FPL league as well. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that. I'm just happy that football is kicking off again. And I do think it has been a very entertaining transfer window, and at times I haven't been able to keep up. And even now, like Grealish, I've put Grealish into my FPL team because he's he's a different player now. He's going to be playing 90 minutes, and he's a completely different FPL player now. So he's gone in to my my FPL team, I think possibly prematurely, because he's probably not going to start the first game, might come on for 30 minutes, but he's going to start after that. So he's a different player. And I also really like that Reinders that Manchester City have bought. I think he is going to be a class act. And I just hope that Pep is going to play him so he can take a look at him. Because I'd want to play him 60 minutes every game, so I could really see what he's capable of. He looks a class act. There's been some very, very good signings. Come on, make it 6, boys. We haven't given someone a thrashing for a long time. I don't think it's going to be 6. We're being a little bit too wasteful here. Go on, Kieta. Go on, Sam. Crossing isn't your bag of tricks. Missouri, though. And there it is, number 6. I don't know what's going on here. 6-1 in Europe. Of course we were. Could need either young fourth striker or an old one. Who, Liverpool? I do tend to agree. I think they could do with another striker, although Gakpo could equally play up front. They brought him in as a striker in the beginning. I think Gakpo can play up front. Ekitike maybe just a little raw at the beginning. So, but I do like the look of him, and I do think he's sharp. However, playing in the Premier League is a little different to playing in pre-season friendlies, and he might struggle at the beginning, but I hope that he becomes a good player. He looks good. Well done, lads. Although I always knew FM was going to make sure that happened. I think we're going to... 1 point we need from our last game to finish top. Easy peasy, the Europa League. And who actually got the goals in that game? We don't know. Renault, Badgetic, Carabou, penalty, Utara, Timon, and an own goal. They were spread about, were they? Okay, next up, Sheffield United. Who are... Oh, that's the cup, isn't it? It's the cup. So let's rest these players. Van Beek doesn't need a rest. But Badgetic does. Right, who's going to get injured in the next couple of days then? Somebody is. So I think it's going to be a good season. I don't feel... Hey, Black Mojo King, how are you doing? I don't feel that Manchester United are going to be part of it, but I've reached an age where it doesn't matter. I just like good football, and I think we're going to see a good start to the Premier League. Carcarez, do I want to loan him out? Not for that money. Not a chance. Oh, what's my wage? 64k. You're having a laugh, aren't you? What was it before? What have they done? Oh, it's gone up from 39. I don't suppose I can be... I haven't paid too much attention to how much they've been paying me. But I'm going to just try and budget up a little bit. Let's try 68. Yeah, see? I'm very valuable to this board. As I often hear game players, and I do look at forums sometimes, and I often see people posting that they'd like to see the wages being able to put to good use. And I'm like, how on earth? What are you going to do? Open an orphanage or something? Or like, what are you going to do with it? For me, that's just a bit of fun. How much wages can you possibly get at the end of the day? What's this? Enough now. We built something impressive. Don't say I'm going to guarantee it, because that'll mean I get sacked next week. So, I don't know. What could you do with the money from your wages? I mean, I suppose they could build into the game. You can go on holiday, buy villas abroad. You can buy a yacht. I don't know. But for me, it's just the wages part of it is just you start with nothing generally, and then you see how much you can earn by the end of the save, and that's just really meaningless. But it is quite nice sometimes just to see how much your wages have gone up. Like you might have started on £40 a week, and you end up on £180,000 a week at the end of it. And life teaches you that hard work pays off. And, which, of course, it does. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm going to keep Nivas in the team, actually. I want him to develop. Missouri, Roald van Beek. No, he's not doing that. Badgetic, Gomez, Newton, Arribas. Actually, let him have his way. But Matthew White, are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? Let's... I'm actually going to say yes, go with that, and then go and change it, because it makes it easier. Arribas can stay there. But I'm going to play Dominguez. Put him in the shop window. This is Matthew White. What are you talking about? I'm going to play Valesco. Marston Twaino can come on the bench for this guy Holding, who I've never met. Diamonde is back. He's left me with no wing backs on the bench, which is typical. Mane is captain of the team, so Mane should be playing. But him and Diamonde can have a rest. So Timon is one wing back. Caceres actually is the other. And then Chiesa, Gomes, Utara, Marston Twaino, and Silva. They want to be important players. They can get on the bench. Scott Winkler needs to be on the bench. He can be on the bench for Utara, who's tired. And this should be a fairly... Did I say he changed his mind in that time that I was away? No, it's Gomez. Yeah, I think Gomez is getting a little bit shirty, actually, isn't he? That he's not playing enough. So while we've got these players fit, let's use them. This should be easy peasy. But nothing is... Matthew, I have absolutely no idea. I don't even know who he is, James. Yeah, I'm good, Black Mojo. It's good to see you. I'm pretty good anyway. We haven't had the best start to this session. We didn't make it to the Carabou Cup final, and then we drew against City. But in the meantime, we've been banging them in Europe as usual. He's not available now, is he, Gildig? He's just gone... Yeah, he's just gone to PSG. So we want to take him off. I need to take him off the... Remove. He's not available anymore. Which is a bit of a shame. But then we haven't got any money, and the transfer window is almost shut. So I think we're going into the second half of the season with the same team, pretty much. But there's something happening in the inbox. Oh, God. No, I don't think so, then. Yeah, we don't want to loan him out. He's good to have around, that boy. Bacetic is okay. This should be fairly easy. But nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. I think we should, looking at the state of him, we should be always pressing him, not never pressing him. Team is good to go. We're favourites here, and I want us to play like it. We can't beat Sheffield United. I might as well chuck it all in. But then these are the games that I lose. Go on, Newton. Take the ball off him. Go on. You know what you're supposed to do. He is doing a bit of running round, Newerton. Well done. It's that inverted wing-back role is a very useful role, as he does come inside to make those tackles. Oh, chance. Go on, Velasco. Oh, another one hits the woodwork. It might not be our day then. If the game's going to be doing it this way, it might not be our day. If we're going to win, we usually don't hit the woodwork. But there you go. Rualt has made it 1-0. Hi, Uki. How are you doing? Good to have you here, Uki. Good cup run would be useful. What is this? The 4th round now? 5th round next. Good cup run would be useful. Semi-final of the Carabou Cup. Final of the FA Cup. Final of the Europa League. Plus Champions League football. Penalty. Oh, this is going to be a rout, isn't it? Who do I think my best player has been? Sounds like you're enjoying that, Uki. It sounds very much like you're enjoying yourself. I don't know if drawing against Dortmund is good, because I don't know how far you've gone with Partizan, but it sounds like you are having a good time. Who do I think has been my best player this season? You mean in FM, James? I think that's a very, very good question. I think that it's got to go to Winkler. I think Winkler has stepped up to the plate. I was beginning to get very, very depressed about him because he wasn't living up to the expectations of what he could do. And I think he's, more than any player this season, stepped up and has done extremely well. So Winkler, for me, at this moment in time. If Silva could also step up to that level, it would be great. But, yeah, definitely Winkler. Badgetic, I'm also always been impressed with Badgetic, because he just sits there and plays well every time I seem to pick him. He very rarely has a bad game. And he will become a good player. We know he's a late developer, and he will become a very good player. So Badgetic, yeah. But maybe next season is when we're going to see Badgetic come into his own. And I'm also, number 3, I would then say Carabou. Carabou has done really well coming into this deep line forward role. And I like how he plays there. Van Beek is just what I would expect from bringing in a 4-star player. He's played according to his rating. The greatest... Oi! That was a nice goal. That was a nice pass. It was a very, very nice pass. Don't do that again. So, yeah, those 3 particularly, Winkler, Badgetic and Carabou. Interestingly, I knew Carabou was a good young player, but I brought him in to be a DLP. Now I see him taking over this deep line forward role. I think that's where he's going to end up. But also handy to have a player who can come back from playing as a forward to playing as a deep line playmaker or a volante. Oi, enough of this. So they are finding it very, very easy to get balls in behind my defence. Partizan third in the league in Germany. Yeah, Partizan is Serbian club, isn't it? Used to be known as Partizan Belgrade, didn't they? But what we don't know, Uki, is that you might have been playing for 10 seasons with them and have built up the greatest team by now. That's the information that we don't have. I'd probably be impressed if you said you were in your first season and you just drew against Dortmund. I'd be very impressed. But if you're in your 10th season with 20 transfer windows under your belt, then it's a different story. Come on, boys. We need another one. Let's make it 4 before half time. No, not like that. Third season. So it's still a good result. It's a very, very good result. But what's clear, Uki, is you're enjoying yourself, and that's all that matters. You're having a good time. And happy to hear it. Are you looking forward to FM26, Uki? Come on, boys. I want 4 before halftime, minimum. Or don't come into the dressing room, or at least hang your heads in shame. So forget who you're playing against here. Well, they're just carving us open every time they get the ball in an attacking position. They just carve us open. 3 shots, 3 on target, 2 goals. How come you are not top of the Premier League, Sheffield United? I think I'm just going to push the line up again and they can do whatever they want to do. Because that didn't work, so we'll just push the line back up to where it was. Because FM is just doing what it wants to do. Now, come on. This team needs an absolute rocket. Oh, we've got another false highlight coming up here, have we? Is the game slowing down? It looks a bit jerky to me, the game. They're going to make it 3-3 because they're absolutely deadly when they break. Nearly. I didn't realise Sheffield United was so good. What are they doing in the Championship, I'd ask. Oh, Newerton. This is what they like. We give the ball away. They break at pace. We haven't got players back. It's because we're giving the ball away. Newerton's having a shocker. It's always him who gives the ball away. I'm tempted to say I'm not happy. He's nervous. He knows what's coming. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with your defensive work. I'm not happy. I think we should always press him. Just going to put him on a support role. Stay where you are. Don't go anywhere. Bernie Toure looks like a good player. If you ask me, this whole entire Sheffield United team looked like a good player. Traore. That's a penalty, ref. These are always penalties. They're very rarely not given. But then I don't know what this team's going to do with the penalty. But we've scored, and it's now 4-2. There's a little bit of distance between us now. They are just like, they're getting us on the counter-attack. Newerton gives the ball away, and they have got like a 4-on-3. That's what's happening. So I'm hoping by asking the Volante to support rather than attack, we can stop that from happening. Hoping. Oh, he's a real player, is he? Scored 13 goals. Oh, Harry Bass took the skin off that one. Nearly knocked the laces out of it. Playing for Basel. That was a powerful strike from Harry Bass. He's a player who's been with Ipswich for about 3 seasons now. He's never completely made it, but when he does play, he goes on a run of 5 games where he's so good. And João Gomez has become a better player this year. A lot to be happy about in terms of this team, but they just could up it a little bit. Definitely need a new goalkeeper and definitely need a really good Volante. But I can't find either one. And we're not going to do it this window because we haven't got any money. I might have to have a look, just in case somebody does get sold. Just might be worth bringing in a new goalkeeper that is in this window, because we are capable of taking teams to the cleaners. Attacking forward? Are you kidding me? We've got Silver and Winkler, Mastantuono, Valesco. I don't think I need any more forwards. I'm desperate at the moment for a Volante and a goalkeeper. That's what I need. Karkaras, Timon, Badgetic, and the other one, Scott. Support. We've stopped them counter-attacking with the support duty. I don't really need to take him off. I'm looking for somebody who's really tired. We'll keep one. Just watched your hometown Doncaster beat Middlesbrough 4-0. Yeah, of course, we got all these leagues started as well. I had a good time watching the Championship on the weekend. That was quite fun to watch as well. Some tough, big games going to be happening in that league this season. Yeah, they're not quite so sparkly in front of goal now that we've done that. Whereas we are still trucking. Ari Bass needs to come off. Marston Twaino can come up. Good to see you, Spike. How are you doing? Sorry I didn't make it this morning. I had to go and get some blood test results. My sugar levels are a bit high. That's all it was. I have to go through the normal nonsense of dieting and all this sort of nonsense. What's your diet? What you eating wrong? Oh, so that's what that was about this morning. But hopefully I should be good to go tomorrow morning. Are you on for tomorrow, Spike? Five two. That means I'm pretty sure it's not the 5th round of the cup. If it's the 5th round, then we're in the quarter-final. 6-2. Valesco. I'd prefer to let you know now, me know now, Spike, because then I could have a lie-in tomorrow. I've had a really busy day today. So I'd prefer if you could let me know now. I don't want to get up in the morning really early and find that I didn't have to. But I know, I let you down these today. Nothing I could do about it, though. 11's good. Just make sure you send a message to Daniel. 11 is good. I get an extra half an hour in bed. But make sure you leave a message in the group chat for Daniel. Six 2, we'll take that. We got caught with a couple of goals early. So what round is this? Carabou form. Yeah, he should be called up. Oh, 4th round. It's only the 5th round next. Three for João Gomez. And well, we've picked up a bit after that bad result. We now have Astana. We should be absolutely thrashing them. 4 days' time. Don't remember Doncaster Rovers have been that good. Oh, I remember Doncaster Rovers in the old days. Yeah, we should be absolutely annihilating Astana. I think I'm going to rotate because I think we're going to finish top regardless. So it might be a chance for Matthew White because I want to beat Forest after this. You can't even compile a team report on them. They're so bad. Which team would you prefer? Reading, Wolves, Swansea. Yeah, we'll be lucky. Oh, let's view the draw. Let's see who we get. We might come out early. I do kind of like doing this sometimes. What are the big teams that are left? Liverpool are left. Tottenham are left. I just wondered why in social media they were asking which team would we prefer, Reading, Swansea, or... It seems like, is that giving me a clue we're going to get a team in a lower division again? So Swansea, Reading are already out. Or are we going to get Arsenal or somebody? Wolves are Tottenham. Newcastle, yeah, we play Newcastle a lot. Bournemouth would be okay. They've got Swansea. Man U, we play Manchester United a lot as well. We play a lot of games against them in cups. Arsenal, that could be the one that we get. Everton, no, it's not them. Leicester, oh, look at the teams that are left. Leicester, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle. So we're going to get Newcastle, aren't we? Liverpool, Leicester. So West Brom, Man United, Newcastle. So who are these? Is it going to be Newcastle? Nope, so we're going to get Newcastle. You were totally spot on. We play Newcastle so many times. Yep. It's not going to be easy, but we've got a chance. Definitely got a chance. But I don't mind, because what I really want is the Europa League. We got to do that again. Velasco, Dominguez, Caceres. I don't really think I need to change anything, do I? Can I bring someone in? Caceres? No. So we go with... Nobody complained last time. So we go with that squad. So Newcastle it is. I don't know how many times we've played Newcastle. It's just bonkers. But that's a game that could go either way. We beat them last time, they beat us. So we beat them in the league, they beat us in the league. That's how it goes with Newcastle. This game, though, we should be focused on. We should beat this lot. Astana should be an absolute banker. And I do want to rotate the team. He doesn't. He's putting out a first team there. I don't know about that. So, of course, Caceres is not registered. Dominguez is not registered. So let's try... He was putting out my first team. I'm going to play Timon. What is going on here? Timon and... Who's the other right back? Humphreys. Humphreys can play. And then I'm going to play Atom and Mane, because Mane's the club captain, or should be. Van Beek has not been playing very often. Alex Scott. Ari Bass. We want to rotate this team a little bit. Where's Ari Bass? He's already playing. So I'm going to put Aribas here. And we're going to play Maston Twaino. Actually, no, I'm going to play Silva. We're going to play Carabou. And I'm going to play Utara up front. Meslier can go on the bench, can't he? So we put as many on the bench as we can. There we go. We need to rotate that team. Gorbanov. Who's Gorbanov? Oh. Send him home. So Utara can't play now. Marvellous. So Winkler, maybe. Yeah, let's put Winkler in there. Should be a team that goes and spanks them. I'm expecting 8 today. I'm expecting 8-0. They're in 28th, though. They do have a chance of qualifying, I guess. If they win, they could probably sneak in it. So it probably might not be as easy as I think it's going to be. I don't think anything's going to happen. Yeah, it would be nice to move in for Bissouma. But I think he's a bit too old now. We're building a young team. No, we're not interested in him. Oh, people are chasing Harry Kane for a deal worth 190k. No, they're not. Aston Villa are not closing in on a deal with Chiesa. Although I think Chiesa's for sale, isn't he? But he doesn't want to be sold now. So I don't think I'm going to take part. We'll decline to take part and we'll just reject everything and deal with the consequences after. Who's this? I don't really want to sell him. Not yet. 17 years old. He's probably quite tasty. I'm going to reject that. He probably will make a fuss. We just need to get through the day. And then nobody will have left. And we haven't brought anybody in. I can only replace players and I don't have time now. The only thing I can do, because I don't have any money, so the only thing I can do is replace players, but nobody's been sold. So, come on, boys. 8-0 or bust. I'm happy with that team. It's a little bit rotated, but we have a strong front three. So I am expecting to score some goals here today. We're not taking anything less than 8-0, though. Don't come back in the dressing room if it's not 8-0 at the end. Because that was some instruction, wasn't it? Where is Sugarov? I can't even see where he is. Must be on the bench. But it doesn't look like he's playing. Go and put on a show. Just gonna play devil's advocate. 2-1 to the opposition. This is just the fact that my assistant has just said don't bother with any opposition instructions just suggests to me this is a game we should be winning with the quality of player I've got on the pitch there. But you never know. Oh, we've got off to a good start. Scott has bagged one in, 3rd minute. I think they heard me say in the corridor before I went into the dressing room, do not come back in if it's not 8-0 at the end. So they've got off to a good start. And then that will give us 100%. If we win this, we've got 100% in the competition. Pretty much business as usual for the Europa League. Which is kind of strange. Go on, Silver, Sam. Oh, that was nice. Scott, again, he put it on a 6pence for him. Scott didn't have to move. He didn't have to move. What a pass. That's what I want him to do. What a pass. He didn't have to take a step. Hopefully, boy, you're going to become that kind of player. He's still only, what, 20 years old, Silver? 21 maybe. And Winkler's 22 now, isn't he? You still might be right, James. There's still an opportunity for it to become 2-1. But I suspect there's more goals in us. We just seem to be banging them in from everywhere. Yeah, I've had my ups and downs with Alex Scott. He somehow managed to survive in this team. I don't know how he's managed to survive in this team, but he keeps coming up with good performances, and he doesn't really complain. He's now a squad player because he's been relegated so many times, and he doesn't complain about anything. And I think we might have got rid of the bad eggs that were in. I don't know who they were, but I think they might have gone now. Oof, Carabou, I expected better from you. So Scott has somehow survived, and he does well, and he's got 2 goals here today. Pretty decent efforts as well. Go on, Winkler. Go on, son. Look for the pass. Look for the pass. You know how to do this. We don't have selfish players in this team. We're not Manchester United. I think you were offside there, Sam. I think you were offside. 19th goal of the season if he's not offside. Yeah, he was offside. Come on, Winkler. 20th goal of the season today. Your manager expects. I mean, this is a game we should be romping. They shouldn't even be in it. And the fact that we've only had 6 opportunities at this point is a bit worrying. It's the kind of team we should have 40 opportunities by the end of the game. But give credit where it's due, they might have defended extremely well. They haven't attacked at all, but they might have defended well. And they're packing the midfield, so we might have a job breaking the midfield. Oh, crossbar again. Who is that? Was it Humphreys that was? Where's Atom? Yeah, they might have defended well. They might be just sitting back. It's Silver. It's 3-0. Yeah, Humphreys I would like to sign. I think we've got an option to buy clause, haven't we? I don't think it's very much either. So I think I would like to sign him in the summer. He has done a good job. And he's got... he's young, so he's got tons of years left. The job with him, of course, is keeping him. As with all young players. But yeah, you're quite right. He's had a really good season so far. Have we got 2 players on loan or just one? I think one of them has got a option to buy for 500,000. Unless I'm thinking of something else. Woodwork again. Oof, had a miss. So we're not exactly setting the game on fire here. Silver's having a good game at that near post. I wonder how tall he is. Shall we have a look? How tall is Silver? He's only 5'9". That's interesting, isn't it? He's won a lot of headers and scored at that near post. 3-0, we'll take that, but no, I can't say that. But we have created loads. We haven't got lots of shots on target. Don't lie to them. Here he is again. He's obviously goes to the pub at half time because I can't ever have a word with him. Can I sneak in a word? Nope. He obviously goes to the pub. Is he back yet? No, he's still in the pub. I don't know what that is about. No. Oi, where are you? Let's start the second half anyway. Are you there yet? Have you noticed anything while you've been watching the game in the pub? Is he back? Nope, still not back. If I cancel, then I can do it. That's just like so weird. That's so weird. I need to rest that front three, don't I? As well as Scott and Van Beek. This will be their first shot. Oh, they still haven't had a shot. That's a poor pass. But it was also a poor run. Well, that's FM. One shot, one goal, one highlight. That is FM. We could see that coming. So I think I need to take the front three off and the midfield too. Woodwork again. That's 3 times in this game. Oh, I keep forgetting. One day I'm going to count the number of times we hit the woodwork in a session. It's 3 times in this game. I know we've had 3 times in another game before this. Finally. Well done, Carabou. Is he offside? Possible. They're certainly having a whinge about it. Yep, he was offside. Miles offside. Can't argue with that one. Cannot argue with that one. Come on, boys. Like, this is a poor performance. It is a rotated team, but it's still a poor performance against a team like Astana. Woodwork again. That's number 4 for this game. Oh my goodness me. So I reckon we've hit the woodwork a dozen times in this session. Five times hitting the woodwork would be a world record, though, I think. Good pass, good goal. That is better, boys. Scott's having an awesome game. That was a good assist. Just took his time with that. Right, it's time to take those boys off so that they'll be fresh. Highlight from the kickoff. Oh my goody aunt. Just gift them a goal, why don't you? 2 shots, 2 goals. I'm going to sign their strikers. Oh boy, so FM. 2 shots, 2 highlights, 2 goals. Look at 19 shots, 2 goals, 4 goals. It's imbalanced. If we had the same ratio, we'd be beating them 19-2. Right, let's get rid of them. Are they going to make it 4-3? This will be interesting. So I need Winkler off. The front 3. So Maston, Twaino, Newerton, and I can only take 2 of them off, can I? Okay. That's interesting. I can actually... I thought Banjatic could, but it's Caceres who can play there. Humphreys... No, he can't play as the right winger. I'm actually going to put Humphreys up here. No, I can't do that either. Okay, only 2 can come off them. And I also have to rest the midfield. João Gomez and Badjatic. And we'll swap those around. Newerton can swap places with Arribas. And we'll just go with those 4 for now. I thought I had 3 attackers on the bench. This is not the performance that I wanted from them. Just 4 goals is not acceptable. It's a win. A win is a win. Gives us a 100% record. But this is not a good performance. And it is a... It's kind of like suggesting we're not playing well at the moment. We're having a bad month. But if this is what a bad month looks like, I'm happy with that, to be fair. Is that Arribas? Yeah. Chances are he'll put this one in from there. He's quite good at these. Go on, son. Yeah, I thought so. He's quite good at those from there. Get in. 5-2. If you can get to 7, boys, then I'll be happy. At the moment, David, I'm just letting the game run itself. I think that if you watch my videos from way back in FM24, I did start doing training, but I quickly realized that training in FM24 was broken. It didn't make any difference what you did. The only thing that I know makes a difference in training is making sure you do penalty and routines training before big games, before cup finals. It's the only thing I know that works in training. I think it's way broken beyond repair, and so I kind of like just leave it to the assistant, because I don't think it makes any difference what you put in there. Apart from, as I said, the big game before a cup final, and we've got a really good record in cup finals. Do penalties and routines. That's all you need to do. That works. And that shouldn't work. If you notice, when I play in cup finals, I score a ton of goals from set pieces, and we also very rarely lose on penalties. Very rare. Even though I don't have any penalty takers. Because that's the only thing that works, as far as I know, in training. I might be proved wrong but I know others have said the same thing. I know Zealand said it was way broken. Others have said the same thing. So I just don't bother. Why bother with something if it doesn't work? So that's my excuse for not doing it. I did start FM24 doing it. I looked at it in detail for a long time and just realized it doesn't make any difference what you do. I think I mentioned it in a video, one of the videos that I uploaded early on. I mentioned it in that video that I thought that training was broken, that it just didn't matter what you do. And I don't think I was the only one to say that it didn't matter. There's no good giving her a red card now. That's not going to benefit us, is it? I suppose we've got to be happy. We are away. And this is a team that's not playing very well, in all fairness. At the moment, we are not playing very well. So 6-2, well, we'll take that. We need to find a little bit of form. So, for a team that's not playing very well, I mean, look at our goal difference. 16 ahead of Dortmund. 24 maximum points. We've just slammed every team we've come up against. In the Premier League, we are second. 3 points behind United. And a game in hand. For a team that's not playing very well at the moment, we're doing okay. Deadline, the window has closed. I don't need to do anything here, do I? Humphreys is under 21. He's under 21. Carado's under 21. Silva's under 21. That's fine. And we have a game in 3 days. So let's rest them. So there you have it. We are doing pretty well. I mean, I think that's pretty good. It's not as good as we were doing before, but that's pretty good. There's been a lot of games in January, a ton of games in January. We didn't make it to the cup final. That's not a big deal. We should have won that game. It just wasn't going to be our year. Let's say it wasn't going to be our year. So we have Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Leeds, Everton, Man United, and then we have Newcastle. Those 4 games we should be winning. We should be top by the time we get to play United. So we will come back. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to be watching the European Super Cup, and I'm just really curious to see how Spurs get on. I can't remember who they're playing. Is it Barcelona or PSG? PSG, I think. And it will be interesting to see if Spurs have improved any. I think it will be a hammering. I'm actually looking forward to that game. I'm looking forward to Friday as well, when the Premier League starts. So it won't be around tomorrow night. And I'll be here on Thursday, though, because I won't be here Friday, because obviously that's Liverpool and Bournemouth. But I think I will do an FPL deadline stream before the Liverpool game. which would be quite fun. I've never done one of those before, so it'll be quite fun. And hopefully all the FPL boys will come and take the mick out of my team. Which probably is justified. So we will do. You think that Spurs are going to win it? James, you're an optimist. So I'll be back on Thursday when we'll try and get through February. And we'll see where we are at the end of February. But it's looking good. Even though we're not in form, we're still up there with the big boys. So thank you for coming, guys. Don't forget, if you haven't liked, give us a like before you go. That always helps the channel out. And I'll be back on Thursday, as I said. Stay safe. Take care. We'll see you next time.